Mythics, how are we all? Yes, it's another Saturday, it's 10 AM. I'm actually not that late, I'm still late, but not that late. Hurrah! It's 10 AM UK time, and this is the Edra Scrolls Twitch channel. My name is Ken Boyter, but you probably already know that, because if you've been watching this regularly, I say that at the beginning of every live stream. But if this is your first one, then welcome. You probably won't know who I am, but this is Grocklesnook. Everybody knows Grocklesnook. He is the imp from the Bottled Imp. Hello there, Martha. How are you? 3 minutes late. Yes, getting better, isn't it, Martha? It's not too bad. Yes, the Bottled Imp has over 450 fantasy episodes. Fantasy goodness. If you like fantasy board games, fantasy films and fantasy books, then we have 450 reviews just waiting for you to delve into. We also did a few other episodes, one of which was Cooking with Ken, where I cooked a sweet roll that was from Skyrim. Yay! Been super busy with cleaning all week. Sorry for Wednesday. No worries, Martha. No worries. Yeah, cleaning, it's very good to clean. I don't particularly like doing it, but it is good to clean. Hi Ken, hey chat, it's Edra Scrolls time. Hello there, greetings, Spellsing, how are you? Yeah, I've been doing a bit of tidying, not necessarily cleaning, because I do find that a tidy place keeps your mind tidy. And for me, because I've got lots of creative projects in my mind, I find that if things are okay in my personal life, then it's easier to sort of do the creative stuff. I don't know if that is the same with you guys. Yes, it is. Want to know why I'm cleaning and giving away so much stuff? Yes, please. Are you moving? Are you moving? My mind needs a tidy. My mind needs a clean. Yes, it's kind of weird. I can deal with untidiness for so long, but then when I get to a point where it's like, no, this is really untidy, I don't know where things are. For me, it wastes time. So it kind of starts to affect my productivity. I'm pretty sure it does. Martha's, no, she's not moving. A kitten is arriving in your life soon. Oh. That is amazing news, Martha. Oh, little kitten, is it male, female? Has it got a name yet? Do you know much about it? That's amazing. Oh. Sally's got a couple of cats. She's got 2 cats, one called Coco and one called Socky. And when they were kittens, they're adorable now, but when they're kittens, they're so cute. Lovely. So, yes, tidying and cleaning. So that is what I was doing yesterday about 9:30 at night. I just thought, right, I've got to tidy up. I've got to sort stuff out. So I went through a lot of my projects, because what tends to happen, especially with board games, is there's more and more paperwork that gets produced because I'm doing more and more updates to prototypes or rule changes, and I like to print stuff out. So I've got, say, 7 or 8 versions of the rules, and then what happens is I put them in different folders because I sort of take them about with me to work on, and then I end up going, well, where was that folder that had the other stuff in? So I sort of thought, right, now I need to put all the projects, everything to do with that project in one place, hopefully one box, everything to do with that project in one box, everything to do with that. So I have actually got new boxes now, slim but big boxes, so I can put stuff in. Might be a black female or male, a little or a wild little male who has 2 different fur colours with blue eyes. Aww. That sounds so cute. That's lovely. Well, I guess they might arrive with names, or your kitten might arrive with a name, or you might be lucky to give it a new name, or I guess you can change cats' names. Because they probably don't. They probably don't know. Depends on who likes me the most. That's really cool. That's really cool. But that is also, that's probably a better reason to tidy up and clean. Is for your cats. Yes, so I have been, I feel like I've been very busy with lots of different projects all on the go. And so my time has been really short. You know, I've been just doing this and that and working on this. And each of the projects has its own deadline. And so I had to focus on one thing and then focus on the next one, focus on this. But now I've got UK Games out the way. I've got my book festival out the way. I've got, you know, various different events that I had to get things ready for. And so things come to a natural conclusion. It just feels like I haven't got that many projects on the go, which I'm quite enjoying, because obviously if you've got too much on the go, it can mess with your head as well. Two-tone cats are cool, they certainly are. That'd be a great t-shirt. Two-tone cats are cool. Silver puts here, cats are smarter than you think. Yeah, they are. They're very clever. I taught one of my mum's cats to sit on command and give me a paw. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I've heard that you can actually train them. But I think the success ratio is different. With dogs, most dogs you can train. With cats, it's not, you know, the percentages, I don't know what it is, but it's something like 60% or 50% of cats. It's a bit hit and miss. So that's fantastic that you got your mum's cat to do that. But I quite like cats for that independent nature. That's partly why I like them, because they are just like, no, you're not allowed to stroke me today. And then, you know, in the afternoon, please stroke me, please. You know, I like that sort of independent thinking, that independent nature of cats. You know, they sort of, it's almost like you're the pet. You know, they're the owners, you're the pet. They set the rules. I quite like that. They are more like him. They are more like him. I'm not going to bother with that. I miss having a cat. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to train cats. Obviously, they're just nice companionship. Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Well, that's great news, Martha. That's great news. So, yeah. So I've been working hard. You know, has anybody been up to some creative projects? What are you guys working on? Anything that you're working on or continue to working on, or have you got a new idea that you've just thought, yeah, I must develop that? But weirdly enough, because I now have a little bit more time, I'm basically just working on my To Kill a Thief book now. Again, I'm back doing the illustrations. My brain has started coming up with new ideas for board games. It's like, I don't need any. I've got games already. I've got a folder of ideas. So, and I had 3 ideas for games last night actually, and it was just, and when I say ideas, it's just like, it's either the title of the game and therefore the theme. So it's like the theme of the game and the title. Now I could sit and develop it more, but it's like, no, that's not the focus just now. So I just wrote it on a bit of paper and I stick it in my folder to then go back to. Writing my game book as we speak. Needed Edra Tales for inspiration. Oh, fantastic. You're writing your game book. That is brilliant. Well, let us know if you'd like to tell us what it's about. Is it fantasy? Is it sci-fi? Is it Victorian? Is it... Because game books come in all shapes and sizes nowadays. That's brilliant. Is it going to be like 400 entries, or is it a shorter adventure? Because some people, like James Orkett, has done shorter adventures. He did a sort of companion, an anthology of 4 short 100-section adventures, which is quite a cool thing to do. Oh, and also Martha's making a new D&D character. Fantastic. An awakened wolf. I like that idea. So the character is actually a proper wolf, not a werewolf. It's a wolf. But does it have the power of like human speech? Does it have presumably magic. It's got magic qualities. That sounds really cool, because you do love wolves. I know you love wolves. So yeah, so I've been working on To Kill a Thief, and it's nice to be back doing that. Like, that's the main focus. I have done 15 illustrations now. I'm going to be doing 20, so I've only got 5 more to do. In fact, I started the next one today, this morning, before I started the live stream. And so I hope to finish that today, and maybe finish... Would I finish 5 in a day? Might not be able to get 5 done in a day. That's quite ambitious. I might definitely get 1 done. I might get a second one done, which will be fantastic. I'm out tomorrow, so I won't really be able to work on any tomorrow. But then I should see me finishing them by the end of the week, at the very latest. So that's really exciting. So if I can get all the illustrations done, then the next thing is to go through Sally's proofreading and also Claire's proofreading, because I kind of want to get all the illustrations done, then do the proofreading, but also then we've got the play testing. So there's some people that have already given me their feedback on the play testing, and also Julian of Babel_17 Twitch channel. He's doing a real in-depth playtest. He's fantastic. He does. I mean, anybody that playtests it is fantastic. But I haven't spoken to them about their method, so I don't know how in-depth they've gone with it. However, Julian did tell me about how he goes about it, and it's like, wow, that is a lot of input. It's a lot of playtesting. And it's just very thorough. That's maybe what I'm trying to get at. It's very thorough, very logical, which is kind of what you need, because obviously in a game book you don't want it to go now turn to 5, and then you turn to 5 and it's a broken link. It takes you to a different part of the story. So just as a minimum, all the links need to work, let alone if your mechanics work, let alone if you've made the monsters too hard to beat, or let alone if you've made the skill test too hard to pass, you know, that kind of thing. Or is it too difficult to get gold? Is it not? Is it, you know. Spellsinger's put, her gamebook is a sci-fi 400 references, nice, but a story that arcs over 3 books, so lots of campaign progression. I like it, I like it. So it's a trilogy, sci-fi, and you can, so you've got campaign progression, which I'm obviously taking as that you can take your character into the next 2 books, which is pretty cool, which is, yeah, which reminds me of Lone Wolf, where you can still take your character through. And it's interesting, isn't it? Because once you find out, when I learned that the game books came out of Dungeons and Dragons, you kind of go, oh, okay, yeah, taking your character into the next book, or, you know, leveling up. I can see the origins in that. I can see why that would be a concept. Yeah, same character through all 3 books. Fantastic. And that's probably... Yeah, I toyed with doing that because I do like the idea of that. I think what put me off is how complicated... I mean, it was just me being lazy. How complicated is it to write the 2nd book and the 3rd book if you know that players, readers are coming in with a higher stat character? And does that also mean that people can't join at book 2? So do you have to have read book 1, or can you just join it as book 2 without having a, you know, without leveling up? Or do you just start them with higher stats? There you go. I think I've just worked it out. Always slow to the party. You would just start someone with higher stats, wouldn't you, if they hadn't played book 1? Yeah. Why didn't I think of that when I was doing mine? I guess the other thing that maybe put me off was I wanted mine to be standalone, because I envisaged myself, if you're at a stall and you've got, say, 6 game books, they can just choose any one they want to play. They're all standalone. I think that was, for me, why I decided against that. Yes, it also needs to be playable to readers joining, later, like the Way of the Tiger series. Oh, okay, I've not played those. Yeah, so it can be successfully done, like Lone Wolf and the Way of the Tiger. It was an option I considered, but as I say, I kind of was put off because I couldn't quite work out how to do it. And then also I thought, well, what if I've got 6 books, 7 books, and you sort of go, that's book 1, you have to play book 1 first. I just thought it put them off. And if you're a small independent seller, you're an author that you're selling your own books, you've crowdfunded, like I'm doing, I haven't got the marketing behind me to boost the game books out there, so people desperately want to play, to go, I'm just going to buy them all, do you see what I mean? So I thought, if I have a range of stories, you might think, To Kill a Thief, oh excellent, I play a thief in that one, I really like playing thieves, or that sounds intriguing. And then I thought, the other, it would be, you would get to play different archetypes of fantasy, but not necessarily, there'll be common ones that people will have heard of, but then also there'll be uncommon ones, just to be different, basically. But I want to establish the series first with common ones, and then I can bring in more wild and wacky characters that you're going to be. So, for example, here's a bit of news, actually. Breaking news. I've got 2 bits of breaking news, actually. One, firstly, on the game book side, we are... so Jam and myself, hopefully Jam... where is everybody? It's all a bit quiet. People are on holiday, presumably now, or they're out, or they're just bored of me. Talking about the same things. One is, so if you have backed To Kill a Thief and you've backed Jam's Paranormal Hero 3 book, you are going to get a free digital version of a new adventures from us, 2 new adventures, short adventures that are going to be packaged in one. In fact, I've just remembered, I think I've got a reply to Jam. In one digital format. However, there is going to be a print version that is going to be available to the public. Now, anyone that's backed both already, they're going to get a free copy of the print version. Okay, so they won't have to pay for it because they've backed it. But then it will go on general sale for anybody to buy it. Okay, and the reason why that is happening is because of Savage Realms. So Troy from Savage Realms he made myself and Jam an offer he wanted to publish those stories, and so he's going to take those titles and publish them print based to the general public as an actual game book. So that is fantastic news. So Jam and I are very, very happy about that. And we thought that, obviously if people back both, they're like, oh, I thought we were getting exclusive. Well, so we've sort of a slight compensation, because we didn't know that was going to happen. We in all good faith said, this is exclusive to the Kickstarter. We're not going to print them, that you will just get them as a digital copy. They're going to get a free print copy. So they'll get the free print copy, which I think is pretty cool. It's good compensation for the fact that we didn't know that was going to happen. Yeah. So there we go. So that's good. Never bored of you, and I will always be here on Saturday. Oh, thank you, Martha. That's very kind of you. That's very kind of you. I know, but obviously, I always say this. If people got real life stuff to do, it doesn't matter if you miss a live stream. It's like your life is more important than watching YouTube or watching live streams or anything like that. You actually experiencing life, is more important. But it's lovely that you guys are watching. I do appreciate that. It's just that I just thought, we normally have more people watching. so I don't know what's happened. But that's all right. It's all right. So, as I say, so that's a great bit of news that we're going to get the book published. So each book is going to be published, and he's going to publish them separately. And so you will be able to purchase that as well. Always good to catch up on your progress. Oh, well, thank you, Spellsing. Well, I hope that it is inspirational, but also it's... we can sort of problem solve as well. So, you know, that's happened before where you guys have given me ideas. I've hopefully given you ideas, you know, where... Or other people in the chat. If someone, like, for example, Martha might say, oh, I need some, you know, I need a name for a town, or I need some inspiration for a D&D character. There's people that just crop up and they go, yeah, how about this? So I know that's happened. So I know that it's good. And also, if you are creative, what I found is that people that aren't creative, they don't fully understand, obviously. And it's like we don't understand what it's like to not be creative. So we can't... So what I found is, if you're talking to someone about your project, if they're not creative, it's possibly difficult for them to understand it and therefore give you the feedback that you're after. Does that make sense? But don't get me wrong, it is always good to get everybody's feedback on stuff. But there's just something about talking about projects and creativity with other fellow creatives. So the other thing, so I've got, that's one big bit of news, and two big bit of news. I'm going to just wait 1 second while I carry on talking about To Kill a Thief, and that is, as I say, I've been carrying on with the illustrations. I've got 15 of them done. Here they are. Oh, I don't think I've shown you that one yet. I'm just going to show them sideways. Now they're done in lino cut because I'm going to lino cut them out, then I'm going to ink them up, going to put them onto some nice paper, and then I'm going to put them through a mangle, and then we're going to have a print of each illustration. And then I thought that if anybody wanted to buy the print, you know, I could make, I'm not going to make loads, but you know, I might make limited run of 20 each, and then that is going to be, that might be it. You never say never, but you know, the first pressing, if you like, will be maybe 20 of each one, or maybe even just 10 of each one, because that's still quite a lot of printing, isn't it? And so if I'm at a book festival, or if anybody here would like to buy one, then obviously you know, I can sell them there. What about bus? Oh yeah, no, of course, at higher levels, yeah, you get that, you will get them, you will get, yeah, whatever you have backed, Martha, you're going to get, absolutely. Which is why I'm you know, carving them out, because obviously you know, it'd be really cool to have them on your wall. So that's why, yeah, don't worry about it. Any rewards that you are promised, you will get. It's just taking slightly longer than I anticipated. However, we are getting close to the finish line. As I say, I've got 5 more illustrations to go, and I'm already starting one of those today. I should get that one finished. So I would imagine in the next 3 to 4 days, I'll get all the illustrations done. And then, obviously, I need to spend a day with the printing press, just printing them all. Yeah. So you're going to get, so Martha, the backers are going to get the best version of the print. Because I don't know if anyone's done lino printing before, or you know, like potato print. It can vary in quality. Now, any that are rubbish, I'm not going to sell, I'm just going to put them in the bin. But they're all going to be of a good quality, but I'm going to select for the backers the best out of the prints, basically. And yours I'm going to put in a frame, and I'm going to hopefully put it in cellophane. Maybe not cellophane, that's maybe not a good idea now because of environmental things. But I'm going to put it in, I'll definitely put it in maybe tissue paper, wrap it up lovely as part of your rewards. Do you have any favourite fantasy artists? Well, there's 2 that spring to mind. That's a great question. I love the Lord of the Rings artists, the Alan Lee and John Howe. I think their work on Lord of the Rings is just, it's unsurpassed. It's beautiful. And they were also, I believe, consultants on the films, the Peter Jackson films. And I think that he couldn't have picked anybody better, because that helped then shape the look of the films, and therefore you then get a really cool consistency, because they were very prolific doing Lord of the Rings stuff over the years. So in my head, I'm already thinking Gandalf looks a certain way because of the illustrations, and then lo and behold, Ian McKellen looks like the illustration. So it's great the way they did him. So yeah, so those are the two that spring to mind. Got any more? I do like the fighting. Fighting fantasy is, and I can never remember his name. Not Ian Rankin. That's an author. Ian. It begins with an M. Mc something. Who went on to do the Darth Maul. He did the Forest of Doom cover with the lizard guy. Ian something. Yeah, I really like his fighting fantasy books. Yeah, love it. Russ Nicholson, that's another guy. Yes, Russ Nicholson with the lovely pen and ink. Yeah. John Blanche. Do I know John Blanche's stuff? Is he another fighting fantasy? Yeah. But of course, Rich Nairn, who does my, a lot of the illustrations. He did the Grimace Iron Blood book of mine. He also did the Story Spark cards. Yeah, Rich Nairn is great. And also Blue, artist called Blue, he did the Guildlands. So this is our next game that's coming out. He did the Guildlands artwork for this. And I really like what he's done. He's really captured the essence. That sort of just majestic medieval type city. Ian McCraig, that's it, Jonathan. I knew someone was watching, but they hadn't commented. And it's just you couldn't you couldn't let that go, could you? You're like, I know that. I know who he's talking about. Yeah, I'd be the same. If I knew that, I'd be going, all right, I've got a comment. Hello, Jonathan. Yes, John Blanche illustrated the. Oh yes, the source. Yeah, they're cool. I like those as well. Yeah. There's a lot of illustrations in the fighting fantasy that I am very familiar with, but I don't know who the artist is, because I guess as a kid, I didn't really connect. It didn't enter my mind that there's an artist behind that, or somebody's written the book. It's just there. It's just a thing that you look at and you read, and you're like, wow, this is amazing. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the sorcery, yeah, they're cool. They're very iconic, very classic, aren't they? So yeah, there's who else? I do like Tony. Again, I'm not very good at remembering name. Tony Hugh. Is it Tony Hugh that does the fighting fantasy? In fact, I think he's doing Jam's books, or he's done Jam. In fact, I think Jonathan, he's done some of yours as well. I like his style as well, where it is different from Ian McCraig, but it's still got that level of detail, and it's got that it's got a slightly darker tone to it. It's more slightly macabre. Does that make sense? Yeah. Oh, and who's? Oh, I've just had thought of another one. Oh, I've got all my books over there. Brian Fowd, if that's how you pronounce his name. Good morning, Sally. Good morning. Brian Fowd, who did a lot of goblins and fairies, and he was the inspiration, or he worked on the Dark Crystal. I'm pretty sure of that as well. Yeah. Brian Fowd. Tony Hugh, that's it. He illustrated Knights of Doom, Bloodbones. There you go. That's it. Twas the crown. I knew he'd done one or two of yours. Yeah, and the Box of Delights RPG. Yeah, I do like to, because he's sort of, it's difficult. It's slightly dark. It's slightly kind of mischievous. Well, very well, Sally. How are you? Did you manage to go for your run? We are talking about fantasy artists at the moment. That must be the purple pim. The purple pim? What's the purple pim? That shows my ignorance. I'm just a pretend nerd. I don't. Thing is, there's so much out there that I do find it difficult to keep up with stuff. Random comment to Mr. Green, says Spellsing. Recently completed Storm Slayer. Man, that was tough. Oh, okay, there you go. Celibate, I did. Out at 7:30, like a fool. No, well done. Because I know you're not a morning person, so that's even better. Well done. Sorry, Ken, it was a Box of Delights quote. Oh, sorry, was it? That must. Yeah, I've got a horrible feeling that I never watched all of the BBC Box of Delights when it came out. I sort of remember bits of it, but I don't. My memory of it is very vague. So I must correct that. And if I was carrying on doing, TV and film reviews for the Bottled Imp, that was definitely on one of my lists because I wanted to look back and actually plug the gaps of my fantasy knowledge where there's some classics that people go, you've never seen that, you've never seen that, you've never seen. And so I was slowly going through and filling those gaps, but never got to Box of Delights. So yeah, I must get into that. Yeah, Bloodbones. Yeah. But yes, Brian Froud. Is that how you pronounce his name? I think it's F-R-O-U-D. His stuff is extraordinary as well. He just captures what I thought a goblin or fairy, the fae folk would be. And when we say fae folk, the traditional fae folk, not the Disney, oh look, there's a fairy with wings, but proper, contorted and distorted, sort of like goblins, but they are fairies. It's the fae folk. I love that style. His illustrations are amazing, and I'm pretty sure he worked and came up with the concepts of the Dark Crystal as well, which is brilliant. The Dark Crystal, the whole aesthetics of the Dark Crystal is amazing. Love it. So I did show this on Wednesday night when we did do a live stream. Remember, every Wednesday we do Portal of Chaos. Well, not every Wednesday, but part 4 is coming next week. We do a game book every Wednesday. And I did show you a sneak peek of another illustration that I finished. They voted for, because I gave them a choice of 2 to see, and they voted for the blacksmith. So I will show you the blacksmith for those of you that weren't in the live stream. There it is. That's the latest. Well, it's not the latest one now because I've moved on. I've done a few more since that one. Yeah. So yeah. So there you go. That is the blacksmith, which I'm very happy with. And I do feel like I'm getting more confident, not only in my own drawing skill, but also in. Oh, thank you, Spelsing. But also in how to use the lino better. So my early attempts, are all right. They're good. I'm happy with them. But I can, like anything, you can notice like just little incremental improvements as I've gone along. And I really like the fact that I just went for a more stylized background rather than try and do like a realistic background in the back. Because I just feel like I do remember I have been influenced by the Fighting Fantasy illustrations, because not all Fighting Fantasy illustrations have a background, and I quite like that. It's almost like, look, here's the beef of the illustration. This is really what you need to focus on, and they just sort of either sometimes just left it white, or they just put like some like cross-hatching background. They didn't really, just to give it a bit of texture. They didn't really do a proper background. And I sort of think it might have been just to do with time constraints and maybe how much they were getting paid. Because it's like, well, I'm getting paid this amount, I'm only going to spend this much time, and here's the main image, you know, do you want a background? Because I can do a background, but it's going to cost you more. And I can imagine they've gone, no, don't worry about it, it's fine. But also, there was a point where Fighting Fantasy, they couldn't print them fast enough. I mean, obviously Jonathan will call me out if I'm wrong about that, but it felt like they just needed to commission artists and go, yeah, that'll do. Not that'll do, because they're good, but do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. So I kind of thought, actually, there's been precedent for this type of thing. It sounds like I'm making excuses, but I'm really happy with the way that that looks like light. For me, that looks like beam of light coming down. You know, he's being surrounded by light. Now, in the context of the game book, that makes a little bit more sense. If that, well, it won't make sense because you don't know the context of the game book yet. But, so I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, it's a good effect. So there we go. So, as I say, I am 15 illustrations. I'm on the 16th. I hope to actually finish them in the next 2-3 days. Martha has said, hello, Ace and Sally. So the other big bit of news is to do with Guildlands. Now, I've already announced this, so I'm just going to quickly repeat this. They have decided that they're going to create, and it's on its way. I think it's already made now. An extra guild. They asked Kedrick and I to come up with an extra guild. It's a convention exclusive expansion, so it's a 7th guild for Guildlands because you get 6 guilds. So this is a 7th guild, and what you get is, get this, it's the Messengers Guild, and you're gonna get, yes, workers, but you're also gonna get 2 ponies. Look at that, little custom ponies. And if you look at the Edra Tales Facebook group, I've posted in there the official pictures that they've got of them, and they look really cute. They look really cool. So yeah, so this is actually artwork. So Kedrick and I and Paul, we were shown this just for our opinion on it, kind of approving the way that Outset Media and Cheatwell have gone about this has been amazing. They are, I can't say this enough, they've done such an amazing job on both the Crooked Crown and Guildlands and Kedrick's other games, and in fact all their games. They want quality, and they've involved Kedrick and I in the production a lot, and so they send us, are you happy with this? And both Kedrick and I were, there weren't any changes. And I guess because Mark had already done 6 other guilds, he's the graphic designer, he knew what he was doing. He'd done, we'd sort of gone through the teething problems of the little worker images already, so he kind of knew what to do, which was fantastic. So that's very good. Slips in, oh, there we go. Julian slipped in, not for the first time. Pops late, slip on teacher's desk. Oh, Pops a late slip on teacher's desk. Mumbles apology and takes his seat. Yes, where were you? Where were you? No, I was just going to say, I don't know if you saw this. You might have seen it on Wednesday, actually. I think you did. That is the latest, well, one of the latest illustrations for To Kill a Thief. Oh, yes, because you talked about the blacksmith. You knew that there was 2 mentions of a blacksmith. You slept in. Oh, no worries. As I always say, real life takes precedent over over a live stream, and that includes sleep. We all love a bit of sleep, surely, or a lot of sleep. So yeah, so we've got the extra guild for Guildlands, and then what was the other bit of news that I had? Can't remember now. Can't remember. But the Guildlands news, the breaking news that not that many people know is, hang on, Martha's a bit overwhelmed, is that Outset Media and Cheatwell have invited Kedrick and I, because we're going to go to Gen Con, which is amazing, which is fantastic. We're demoing the game. People have signed up to play the game. They do it differently in Gen Con, or it's more common, I should say, because you can do that. Some publishers do sign up to play a demo in the UK, but I don't think they charge them. Whereas in Gen Con, they charge them. And Gen Con said, yeah, charge them, because people will just sign up for anything and they won't turn up. And then you're sitting there with nobody demoing, nobody to demo the game to. So we're going to be in Gen Con, which is amazing. And they've now invited us to Spiel Essen, which is the biggie. That's the Oscars of the board gaming world. Julian's put, I didn't sleep well, and as I had to get up at 6 to get down the train to London to visit Central. Oh, well, no wonder you've gone back to bed. I'd have done exactly the same. Central College, open day, see if you like, for acting next year. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Oh, big hugs. Just do what you can, says Sally. That's to Martha. That's huge. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Yes, Jonathan, it is very awesome. Yeah, absolutely. I know. It came out of the blue. Paul, who works for Outset Media, he's the UK office, if you like. Although there's other people that work for Outset in the UK, but he is the product manager, product developer, and he also commissions the game. So he signed Guildlands, and it was about 9:30 at night. And he texted me going, are you around for a call, for a phone call or video call? And I thought, oh, what have I done? I just instantly went to I'm in trouble, because it's unusual. We wouldn't really call it at 9:30 at night. And I went, and I just thought, I don't know, instinctively I think, yeah, I'm in trouble. If I said something I shouldn't, which is my normal thing. And then no, he said, can you make Spiel Essen? We'd love you and Kedrick to go. And I went, yeah, but when are the dates? Yeah, shouldn't be a problem. And so it's all go, which is brilliant. So, what I was going to say, unfortunately though, Kedrick can't make it. So I feel really gutted for him, because he went to UK Games, he went to Gen Con, and he also went to Origins as well. So he's done three biggies. Because, see, Kedrick is a bit of a genius with board games, and I'm very lucky, very humbled really to be learning board game design from him as we're going along, and co-designing with him on some games. But he's got 3 or 4 other games published with Outset Media. So obviously, it makes worthwhile sense for them if he can go to the Jonathan's part. Oh, I know, Jonathan. I know. I don't think they're looking for any more demonstrators. Yeah, that's true. I didn't go to Origins. Yeah, that's true. Well, I kind of understood why they would take Kedrick, because he's got not only Crooked Crown and Guildlands, he's got Psychobabble, Cadaver, Ghost Spirits, or Ghost Hunters, I should say, and Shadow Ninjas. So he's got 4 independent where he just designed those games. So I can totally understand why they would just want to take him over to Origins rather than me. But yeah, so it's great. Going to go to Essen Spiel. The thing about it though, it is going to be amazing. But we do just demo. It's like UK Games. I did walk around obviously a couple of times for UK Games, but you're not there. You are there to work. And Jonathan, it's a completely different experience, isn't it? Yeah, I said that to Ken on Wednesday, but you didn't. Yeah, exactly. Ninja. Shadow Ninja. What did I call it? Shadow something or other. Yeah, chat amongst yourselves. I barely saw anything in the UK. Yeah. Yeah, and this is going to sound obvious, but the most fun I ever have at UK Games is when I'm just there as a punter. And I think I've only done that 2 or 3 times, because when I first went to UK Games, the first year I went, I just went on the Sunday, and I didn't realise it finished at like 3 in the afternoon or whatever. And that was the last year of the Hilton. And then, I was very impressed with it, but I didn't really I just looked round, I didn't get to play any games. The next year, we went up as the Bottled Imp, so that was full on filming. Julian was there, had the camera, everything like that. So we were doing loads of brilliant interviews. It was like, you know, but work, you know, as in, we played a few games in the evening. Julian's not massively into board games, so he you know, he had a moderate amount of interest in it. And yeah, so it was, and then one of the best years I had was when I went with my cousin Gavin, because he was starting to design board games, and I said to him, look, you need to get into the modern mindset of board games, not the old classics. So yeah, so we had a great time, because we literally just walking around, we were play testing, you know, had a game signed. It was great. Oh yes, there you go. Martha is getting a kitten. Yes, that's the other breaking news from earlier, which is fantastic. Cute little kitten, which is brilliant. Game book. Oh, hang on. Yeah, do you know, were you on your own this year? Oh yeah, were you on your own? That's a good point. Was it the year when you were there as the Bottled Imp that we first met? I think it was. Yeah, I think it was, because I remember interviewing you, and I got the impression you weren't that impressed with me. I think I've told you that before. I just thought, because but I think you were slightly nervous, so you were coming across as I thought you were coming across like you didn't like me. Not that I have to, you know, be liked by people, but it was just like, and I thought, have I offended you in some way? I can't remember. I think Grockelsnook interviewed me. Yes, exactly. Yeah, we definitely had, oh look, he's passed out from alcohol. There we go. Yeah, we definitely had Grockelsnook as a little gimmick. Not as a gimmick. Shh, not as a gimmick. Yeah, but I just remember, and also I think, are you slightly shy? Yeah, I just hide it better now. He says, still a little bit unsure. But yeah, and I just remember thinking, what a nice guy. Like, you were very articulate, obviously clearly intelligent. You'd written all these great books, and I just thought, oh, that's a shame, because I wouldn't mind being mates with him. That's never going to happen. Still hasn't happened. I'm still waiting for Jonathan to reply to my text. That's not me, that is. I'm pretty bad at replying to text. So yeah. So that was the second year I went. That was when it was in the hall first. I reckon John's still dealing with the fame. I was going to say the trauma of meeting me. A lot of people have to go into therapy. That is true. Yeah, exactly. Well, no, but it's cool, and I get it, because UK Games, you know, because of Guildlands and Crooked Crown, you know, I've had a bit of, you know, a few people interview me, and what goes through your mind is, don't make an idiot of yourself, don't make a fool of yourself, don't say the wrong thing, don't swear, you know, and so I get very nervous as well, and you have to learn just to go, yeah, no, it's going to be fine, doesn't matter. Martha's put it, I'm going to go to play Magic. See you all later. Fantastic, Martha. Thank you for joining us. We do appreciate it. And keep us updated with the kitten news and your new D&D character that you are developing. Enjoy Magic. Fantastic game. Yeah. Hope your hand is good. Yes. May the mana flow freely through you. Always. God, imagine if you'd created Magic the Gathering. Whew. Whew. Yeah. So, going to Spiel Essen, which I'm massively excited about. We are... What was the other bit of news I said this morning? Was it just the fact that I'm working back on the game book? I think it might have been. I thought there was something else. But anyway, the big news is that, yeah, going to Spielessen, never been before, didn't know if I'd ever go. You know, it would be great to go. And so, yeah, just to take it all in, it's going to be huge. I'm obviously going to be getting time off walking around. I'm not going to be demoing like solidly, but a lot of the time I'll be demoing Guildlands and the Crooked Crown. So there's not a lot of, you know, and the thing is, because Outset are very generously paying for me to be there, you know, the expenses, I don't want to take the mickey and just go, right, I'm disappearing for 3 hours while I go and play a game. I'm not going to do that. But I do want to walk around just to get a general vibe of things, just to chat to people maybe, you know. I don't know, I might recognise a few people that are going to be on the stall. It can be very intimidating when random people come up to you and recognise you. Yeah, happens very, very early to me, but still takes me by surprise that people want to say hello. Yes, exactly, Julian, yeah. Well, because you've got your Twitch channel, obviously, Babel_17. It happened to me again at UK Games. Obviously, at the height of the Bottled Imp, I think one year I was recognised about 8-9 times, you know, over the 3 days, which for a channel of our size, I thought was, wow, that's pretty impressive. And yes, it is kind of a bit weird, but it's nice at the same time, as long as they're saying nice things, obviously. And luckily they were. But it happened to me again at UK Games. I just heard my name and I looked around. I was just literally walking back into Hall 3 or 3A, and this guy just said, Ken, Bottled Imp. And I went, oh, yeah, hi, how's it going? And I'm kind of better now at dealing with it, because you kind of go, oh, yeah, how are you? And then I sort of, maybe it's that, you know, and I want to put them at ease, because they might think I'm a right idiot or whatever, you know, they might be nervous. I don't know. And so it's like, you know, oh, you enjoying UK Games? How's it going? Oh, you know, thanks for watching them. Because they normally go, oh, I watched the Bottled Imp. I really appreciate. And I said, oh, is there anything in particular you like of the Bottled Imp? You know, what drew you into the Bottled Imp? And they said, oh, it's normally the Talisman. Let's be honest, the Talisman reviews. And I went, oh, great, yeah. He goes, yeah, I love playing Talisman, and there's the 5th edition. And we had a little chat about the 5th edition because I played it. And, you know, it's just nice. It's nice to bond over something, isn't it? But, yeah, I know what you mean, Julian. As I missed the first half, did you mention the fact that special... What? Is not just noticed... Oh, no. Oh, that's true, actually. No, I hadn't put that. I did mention the con exclusive. But, yeah... It's not just exclusive to Gen Con. So I think they have got quite a number made, but you only get them free when you buy the box, when you buy Guildlands at a convention that we're going to be at. So Eschen Spiel Eschen will be the same. They'll be there. And then if there are any stocks left after that, you know, depending on which, there might be some left for UK Games next year. But then again, we might do a new guild. You know, so if it proves popular, we might just come up with a new guild to put in as well. Or like another mini expansion. Oh, are they going to Dragon Meat? That's a good point. I don't think so. Do you know what? Let me make a note of that, Jonathan, because that's a good point. Because Dragon Meat is, each year it does seem to get bigger and bigger, doesn't it? Dragon Meat. When's Dragon Meat then? Hang on, it would help if I could spell it. Dragon Meat. You have your own table this year. Woo, fantastic. It's in the XL Centre. Oh, yeah, XL Centre. Right. Yeah, so that's what I mean. It seems to be getting bigger and bigger, which is great. Okay, cool. I will make a note of that and let them know. But not coming to Tabletop Scotland, as I checked with Kedrick. Oh, that's a shame. That is a shame. Yeah, I think what's happening is they will. I just the way that I know, because Dave, who owns Outset Media, he loves games. He's a great, he's a fan. Paul's a fan. They love playing games. So I can see them doing more and more conventions. I don't know that for a fact. I'm just speculating, because they want to grow the business with the hobbyists, people who are into gaming. And so the best way to do that is to have a stand at these conventions. And I don't know, from their point of view, what makes it worthwhile and what doesn't make it worthwhile. I would imagine it's the size of the convention. So something like, if it's going to be XL Centre, that might impress them enough to go, oh yeah, that's a relatively big one. I don't know too much about Tabletop Scotland. I would imagine that's fairly big. But maybe in the next 2 to 3 years, they're planning on doing more conventions. I'm not 100% sure. Tabletop, oh, does it? It clashes. Oh, no, boo. Can't have that. So yeah, talking of that, Jonathan, is there a fighting fantasy my brain just switched off. I was like someone flicked a switch. I was like, no. Is there a fighting fantasy fest next year? Is it number 5? Or is it number 6? Is there one next year? Is that being broken yet? It's breaking news. Can we get an exclusive? Yeah, come on, Spell Sing. Yeah. Tell us. Oh, it is. Oh, FF6. September 2026. That's what we like to hear. Boom. I might. Yeah, I'll have one game book out there. But no, maybe I might ask if I could actually have a little table, Jonathan, if that would be alright. Because I wouldn't mind selling my game book. I've only got one book. I'll probably only have one book by then, so I don't need a big table. September 2026. It's in the freaking diary. Fantastic. Yes. No, that'd be great. Cool. Right then. What else we got? Oh, it's coming up for an hour. What, TT just moved from Perth down to Massive Hall in Ingleston, in Edinburgh, so it's very big now. Oh, okay, that's worth doing then. Yeah, I see. So, Kedrick, let me write that down though. It's tabletop. Well, I might just want to come along. Obviously not next year now. Oh yeah, can't do it next year. You and James and Jam can share a table. Yeah. Well, why not? Because Jam's got 3 books, has he? 4 books of his own. James, I don't know if he'll have any others by the time that rolls round, but he's got 2 out now, hasn't he? I'll be looking out for you, good people. Oh, well, thank you, Spelting. Yeah, come and say hello. Absolutely. Unlike Jam. I was live streaming, and he puts on the comments, you didn't come and say hello. And I'm like, I don't know what you look like. He's in the back of the shot. He could have come up to me. Jonathan's put, I originally booked to go to Tabletop Scotland this year, but then cancelled. Oh no, my new book wouldn't be out in time, and it was going to cost a lot, including petrol, hotel. Yeah, that is the other thing to take in consideration. Absolutely. If you're small, not that you're small, Jonathan, at all, because you've written loads of game books, and you are a giant in the game book industry. However, it's not like you've got someone paying for everything, so you go, yeah, of course I'll be there, because if you're picking up the tab, I'm going to be there. You have to cost everything out, and it can be quite expensive. Like you say, petrol, somewhere to stay, and the cost of the table. So are you going to make your money back? Are you actually, you know, so breaking even is brilliant, but you kind of want to make it worthwhile a bit more and make more money. You know, you want to make a bit of profit to make it worthwhile. So it's a tricky one. He was stood in the line right behind you. I know he was. Cheeky jam. I do need to lose some weight. Do you? Is that cryptic? I need to lose weight. I think I'm losing weight. Sally and I we started playing squash. Well, we've done it for quite a number of weeks now. And Sally goes out for runs. And I'm doing a sort of odd fasting. Where I'm fasting. I've not done it properly, but I'm eating one meal a day in the evening. And so far, I'm not feeling that hungry during the day. I definitely need to lose weight. Yeah, I know, we all do. You said I wasn't small. Oh, really? Oh, I see. There we go. I'm glad you guys listen, because I don't. As soon as it's out of here, it's gone into the ether. Certainly not up here anymore. Yeah, you don't call people giants. You lot. You've turned. You've changed. You've changed. You do need to lose weight, though. Both of you. No. What have I just said? What have I just... That was Gruckle's note. He put a spell on me. That was Gruckle's note. Nothing to do with me. Should we end it here? Not just the live stream, not. Right, before I keep digging. No, it was, yes. So that's good. Well, that's good. That is good. Whatever we were saying before is good. Yes. Oh, I'll quickly tell you about this. Look at this. Funding. Arts in East Hearts returns for Autumn 25. Funding available now until Sunday the 20th of July. Interactive sort of performances and stuff like that. It's happening over the East Hearts. And they're offering funding to put stuff on. So I thought, wouldn't it be good to put my interactive show, Devilish Dilemmas, Decisions You Won't Want to Make, put that, try and get some funding so Dave and I can actually perform it, and we're not doing it for free. This is our interactive stage show, where we're going to get a member of the audience up, they're going to choose how the story unfolds. It's basically a game book on stage. You said I wasn't small. No. Yes. Oh, I've read that already. Let's not go over that again. So yeah, that's me. That's me. That's me dressed up on a Saturday after the live streams, obviously. But yeah, so I'm going to apply for that to see if I can get some funding. If I do, that's great. And then we'll be putting on maybe 2 or 3 shows. Because what they want to do is give it free to the audience, but they'll pay you to put it on. I'm assuming that's what it feels like. Nice one. Thank you, Julian. Yeah, so I've never really applied for funding, but I just thought, well, they're actually calling people, come and get some funding. So I've had a quick look at the website, and you have to fill in, obviously, all the details. So when I get a moment, I'm just, because you have to do it properly, you have to really think about how you're going to apply. So I'm going to do that, and then hopefully that'll be the interactive stage show. We've done about 4, 5, maybe 6 performances before. It's always been work in progress, but now we're at a stage where we think it's finished. And so we're really just, the next stage is how do we get it out there to the public? And I saw it that we would, perform at conventions, expos, because there's more and more of these shows that are, seemingly doing well. So I thought, yeah, why not? I've got an acting background. I love game books. Dave's a fantastic actor and an improv guy. I'm good at improv. And we do murder mysteries together. So we've already got a good chemistry. We spar off each other wonderfully. So, yeah, so I thought that would be quite good. Also, very quickly, because we must go, but there's a local creative. So the Hertford Theatre's had a revamp, and it's now called Beam, but I'm going to still call it Hertford Theatre because I'm old and grumpy. And once a month, or they try to do once a month, local. There's like an event called Local Creatives, and it's basically just come to the bar, chat to other creative people. So it's a bit like this, really, but without the drink. And so I've gone to 2 of them now, and I spoke to the host of them, a lady called Nicola, and I said, look, I need help with what is the next stage with this Devilish Dilemmas and my other play, which is a 3-hander, Dreading the Balls for Christmas. And so I said, oh, you know, can I just chat to you about them and just see if there's any advice you can give me? So I've left her with both of the scripts. And so she said, yeah, I'll have a look at them and see what I think. So I'm leaving it in her hands. But then there was a lady that she invited along from the East Hearts to actually, talk about the funding. So I thought, oh, actually, this might work pretty well. What? There's no drink at the bar? Oh, no. There's no drink here in this live stream. Yeah, there is drink at the bar. Oh, yeah, don't worry. Although it's really expensive. So I just take my own. I'm a writer. Can't afford to buy pints in pubs anymore. Which is ironic, because that's how you do your best writing. Drunk. No. There's no drink in the stream. Well, it depends what stream we're talking about. Anyways, yes, so there we go. Oh, and also, very quickly, I'm going to just tell you about Devilish Deaths. Didn't really want to leave this one on the as the last thing, because it's slightly negative. So Devilish Deaths, I sent out, I think, 8 or 9 pitch applications to publishers, some of which I'd already seen at the UK Games Speed Dating, some of which were slightly new and never seen the game. I've had 2 replies back. One was, we're new to, I'm not going to say which companies have said no, but one was, we're new to developing games, and this is I don't know about not what we're looking for, but it's just maybe too complex for us at this stage of their progression into to publishing games. So that's fair enough. Now, you don't know if that's just a standard reply, if they really mean that. I don't know. However, there was another company that said that it wasn't what they were looking for just yet, and they did give a couple of reasons why. They were very honest. Now, I can't remember the precise nature of it, but they were quite honest, and I thought, okay, fair enough, but other publishers will see that as a plus. They're seeing it as a negative. I'm seeing it as a plus. So that's fair enough, you know. I'm not going to argue with them. They know what they want, and they've decided that Devilish Deaths isn't for them. So, yeah, fair enough. And I thought it would be good to share that with you, even though it's a negative, even though it's kind of a failure, because I want to just explain that obviously you have to break a lot of eggs in order to make an omelette. Does that make sense? So my next game is about making omelettes. No, you get rejections, is what I'm saying. And it's like Guildlands, you know, we had, say, 8 companies interested. In the end, they all fell away and it wasn't for them. And then we had 2 companies sign this. So, you know, it's like, yay. Do you see what I mean? So it's like you have to, when you get a rejection, it's almost like, okay, take on board what they say. You either agree with it, disagree with it, make suitable changes if you agree and they've gone into specifics. But always be grateful for their feedback, and always be grateful they've actually taken time out to reply as well, because some companies won't do that. So I'm always humble. I'm going to reply to them saying, thank you very much, I understand, no worries, you know. If I have anything else that I feel is suitable, I'll submit that to you, you know, just to keep that relationship going. And you know, and therefore, if they have given specific feedback, then I can actually improve the game, or improve me as a designer. Are you pleased Guildlands wasn't actually published by WizKids? Oh, Jonathan, that is a harsh question. Yeah, so those of you that don't know, we did get the Guildland signed by WizKids first of all to be published, and that was about 2 years ago, or maybe even 3 years ago. We actually got it signed, and we then spent another X amount of time developing it with them. It didn't. I won't go into it, but it didn't pan out. Not anything we did or anything like that, but it just didn't pan out. Actually, don't answer that. Someone might be watching. Yeah, exactly. I will answer it, but I think it's quite an impossible question to answer because we don't know what they had in mind for the box. The quality of the component. We don't know. What I will say is we were very happy to be signed by WizKids. This is genuine. I'm not saying this just in case anyone's watching, but because obviously they're a good company, they've got pedigree, they make some great minis, all of that, and I'm pretty sure that they would have done a just as good job that the Outset Media have done. Obviously it might have a different flavour to it, it might have a different tone, they might not have gone for a bright box, they might have gone for a darker thing, so you're never 100% sure what it would have been like, because we didn't get to that stage. We were still slightly modifying the game. But I also will say very grateful to WizKids for signing it initially, and also the way that they behaved during the whole process. Especially at the end. We left on good terms, everybody was fine, and they actually said, if you don't get another publisher, bring it back in a couple of years' time, and we would like to publish it. So we were, if we hadn't got anybody else wanting to publish it, we were going to do that. We didn't have any qualms to do that. So yeah, but no, I appreciate you then saying actually don't answer that. But yeah, I think we would have been happy with it because of their pedigree. Yeah. However, that said, we are more than happy with Outset Media because they have done a sterling job. And also, the stock is arriving in the UK round about the 10th or the 15th of July. So they're going to get the load of stock into the UK warehouse. I'm going to get a copy to do the to do the how to play video of it. So I'm going to do an overview of the game. I'm going to do a how to play of the game. I'm also going to explain each of the individual guilds and how to play them. And I'm also going to do a few tips and hints of how to get the best out of each guild. So I hope to get all that done by the time I fly off to Gen Con. Because of course, I got loads of time. Anyway, we are running over time and I do have to go. So and I'm sure you have to go as well. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure once again. Thank you, Julian. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Martha. Thank you, Spellsing. Thank you. Anyone else? Have I missed anyone else? Sally. Thank you, Sally. Thank you. I think that's all. It's been very, very entertaining. And thank you to anyone that was watching but didn't comment. You're more than welcome to do that. If you do want to follow the channel, please click the follow button. And it's a little bit glitchy, but if you want to click the notifications button, you should get a notification every time I go live. Thank you, Spellsing. Yes, take care to you as well. Been lovely. Glad I was able to catch a bit. Don't forget Martha. Yes, I think I said Martha, didn't I? But anyway, thank you, Martha. Enjoy your magic. So yeah, I'm going to do a really interesting thing. I need to go and buy a water element for my hot water tank because it's broken. Yay! That's the non-creative bit of life, isn't it? Her magic is gathering. Bye everyone. We're all about to start a diet of crying into our cabbage soup. Yeah, exactly. Cabbage soup. Practical Ken weekend. Yes, exactly. I have to drain the tank and everything. I've done it before, but it's just a bit of a ball ache. Anyway, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. The next live stream is going to be 7 PM UK time, where we play part 4 of Portal of Chaos by Simon Tudhope and illustrated by Tom Knight. Thank you very much. And remember, always get the plug in. What am I going to say? Oh yeah. May your thieving never be caught. Never. Well, not in real life, obviously, because that's stealing stuff. That's thievery. You don't want to get down that murky. He's not just a pretty face, is he? Yeah, careful, careful. Right then, nice one, Jonathan. Take care. Until the next time, may your thieving never get caught. We've done that already. Bye. He's not.